Makes sense.
What is up, everybody? Welcome to the Eddy Live Show, episode number 105. I am here with the founders of Empress Hot Sauce. If you guys love hot sauce, you're going to love tonight's episode. We've got it live right after this. All right, what is up, everybody? We are back. It is nice to finally have you guys here. Appreciate you guys coming out.
Glad to be here. Yeah.
Excited to be here. Thanks for having us.
Our pleasure, man. I mean, I see your hot sauces all over the place, all over Instagram and Facebook and all that stuff. So I tried some. I loved them, and I'm excited to try all of them. Here, is this the whole lineup? Yeah?
Right now, yes. There are a few that are currently like limited editions.
Okay.
That get phased in or out depending on the season.
Okay, beautiful.
Yeah.
And so I got to start with why hot sauce in Taiwan. I got to start with that. The wings will be here in 2 minutes, just so you know. Yeah.
I can take on that one.
Sure.
So for me and Denner, we both came back from New York about 3 years ago. I'm originally from here.
It's okay. I'll just keep going. I'm
Oh,
good.
sure.
I'm just adjusting.
Oh, sure.
All good, you're good.
And one of the things that I think, when we had very different careers before this.
Okay.
I was in AI and he was a CPA in the States, an accountant in the States.
Wow. Okay.
We came to Taiwan to try something new.
Okay.
For me, it was always about like trying to tell Taiwan's story on an international stage.
Sure.
And for Denner, it was about testing out different things about food and trying to learn more about food because that's something that he's been interested in.
Yep.
And kind of long story short, I was eating like chia seed pudding breakfasts at work at some point. And the people, that I was working with were like, what are you eating? Like,
Wait. Chia seed pudding.
Yeah.
Okay.
To start with hot sauce, you have to go through the chia seed pudding story.
Chia seed. Okay, yeah, that's great. No. I just want to make sure I got that in my head. Okay, chia seed pudding.
It's
okay.
like so I wish I had a photo of it, but it's like it's like a jar with a chia seed pudding on the bottom, at the base, and then there were fruits on top, and all that.
And granola
Beautiful.
on top of that. Yeah.
Okay.
And so I was bringing that to some of my clients because I was working as a consultant.
Okay.
And people were asking me, what are you eating for breakfast? And I was telling them, this is my breakfast, my chia seed pudding breakfast. And they would say, can I buy some? And I was like, that's a new question. Okay.
Light
sure.
bulb. Okay.
Exactly.
Okay. Light bulb moment. Beautiful.
So I went home and I told Denner, I was like, hey, like maybe this is the business idea. Like this is the kind of food business that you wanted to get into.
Yeah.
And then so we started kind of exploring chia seed pudding breakfast as a business.
Okay.
But then.
So where is it? Yeah. Okay. Keep going. Yeah.
It's somewhere up here, but it's
okay. That's awesome.
So we basically started R&Ding different flavor bases. So we had a passion fruit, we had a vanilla, we had a chocolate.
Yep.
And we were working on like new flavors, new R&D flavors on top of that.
Yep.
But every time Jane would come home, I'd be there just tinkering with not actually cheesy pudding, but with other hot sauces.
Okay.
Because every time I'd go to the market and I'd buy like fresh fruit for like the mangoes, for like either dragon fruit or like blueberries or anything like that I'd find, I would actually always pick up some chilies because I always used to stock a lot of hot sauce, a lot of like mango habanero was like a classic.
Like you bought them all.
Always.
Okay.
So then when I came to Taiwan, I couldn't really find that.
No, for sure not.
So I would very much like try to ration.
Like mad scientist
No,
things together.
not even there yet.
Yeah,
I was trying to ration it
Okay.
first.
Oh, yeah.
And then I was like, wait, what am I doing? I see chilies sitting next to mangoes.
Yeah.
Let me take a stab at it.
Yeah.
And basically started doing that. The real moment she knew that chia seed was done was when she came home and I was juicing pomegranates.
Like nobody does
Like
that for
I
fun.
bought a
Pomegranates.
juicer just because I was like,
wow, I would imagine you can, but I've never seen it done.
It's so difficult.
It's so,
I couldn't get all the juice out. Yeah. And she's like, oh, great. This is for the cheesy pudding. And I'm like, no, it's hot sauce.
Okay.
So then we bottled mango as our first flavor, like right here.
This guy right here.
Yeah. And then we gave it to friends and family.
Good mangoes in Taiwan, right?
Amazing.
Of course,
the best. We think the best mangoes.
Yeah, I love mangoes. Yeah.
Yeah, so we gave them to friends and family. They took it back home to the States.
Uh-huh.
And then we got phone calls and text messages and like, hey, can I buy some more? Can you ship it to us? And that moment, a second light bulb went off.
Okay.
Should we do this full time?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, so from CPA to hot sauce guy. Yeah. Okay.
Weirder shifts have happened, right?
Yeah. No, of course, for sure. What about the chia seed? You stopped.
Done and gone.
You're just done. Okay. And why did you just stop the chia seed? Oh, let me have a little cheers. We got drinks here. Yeah.
Well,
we're drinking some.
Cheers,
Cheers, bro. Try it.
It's great.
I'm gonna drink more.
This is Tilted Shack's newest red ale. It's pretty nice.
It's really good.
It's nice.
It's really good.
Awesome. And horchata.
Oh yeah. Why?
Yeah,
Oh right.
the chia
so
seeds.
the chia
Yeah.
seed.
Okay.
So
because I would imagine that would be popular because it's healthy, it's good, right?
Logistically, it's kind of a very big challenge because you have to
Gotcha.
keep it cold.
Okay.
You have to keep it. You have to have it shipped cold.
Okay.
The shelf life on it is very short,
Okay.
and at the same time, the price point that you'd want for
just
a
do
snack,
one at a time, man. Yeah. Thanks. Yeah.
like the price point that you'd want to sell it at,
Oh, okay.
a little bit difficult just to have as a snack. And then the most important one is the passion wasn't truly there.
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
okay. Okay. That makes sense because when I started this,
Okay.
we actually, people were like, "Oh, was it your dream to own a Mexican restaurant?" I'm like, "No, I was coaching soccer. I was teaching. I was fine, and I was happy with with what I was doing." But my wife's idea was to do they didn't put enough sauce on there. My wife's idea was to do a coffee shop, right? Because she wants a coffee shop starting
great.
from here, right? Yeah. Okay, beautiful. And she, again, it would have been the same thing because I do like coffee. Coffee's okay, but I mean, I can go a month, whatever, no coffee, doesn't bother me.
Really?
But yeah, so that would be a tough one for me to be like, I'm the coffee guy, but I don't really drink coffee. So, but the wings are here, so let's try the first one.
Yeah.
First one is your,
Is it pineapple miso?
I believe, is the pineapple miso,
Yes.
right?
Ooh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
yeah. So
I-
let's try the pineapple miso,
Yeah,
and then you can
take
tell
a
me a
bite.
little bit about it, yeah.
So this one, surprisingly, was inspired by an al pastor taco, where I was looking for different flavor combinations that
yeah.
kind of reminded me of what's available in Taiwan. And I was having a guabao. So I was like, I had the pork.
I
had-
love guabao,
Yeah. I had the pork, I had the cilantro, and everything else inside of it, right? And the peanuts and all that.
Yeah.
But from that perspective, it kind of got me thinking, like, where do I see these kind of ingredients being used? And for some reason, my mind went straight to Mexico.
Yeah, of course.
It went
yeah.
straight to an al pastor, like taco spit.
The whole spit.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
exactly.
love. That's actually one of the first things I get when I go back to Mexico to
Oh,
visit
so
family.
good. Yeah.
And I was coaching a kid's soccer team, and I brought him to Mexico, and that was the first thing we ate. I'm like, we went to this taco stand, and this dude has his spit, and I had 18 kids and like 4 coaches and stuff, and the dude
Wow.
was just like, come back anytime. He was happy, man. And the kids were
You made
eating
his
it,
day.
and I had like, all Canadian kids, obviously, but one Indian parents and one parents from Ghana and some parents from Europe, and they all were just like, "Whoa, this is awesome!" Tacos al pastor, just.
Oh my God,
and the
yeah.
guys, they do a show with the meat and the knife, and they're just kind of like chop, 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 and they catch it. Pineapple behind the back.
Oh, yeah.
It's great, man. I love
Exactly,
that. It's really
exactly.
cool. I love it. It's one of my
Yeah.
favorite things. Okay, so
We
that's where it came from,
Yeah.
and how's it going with the pineapple? Yeah.
In what way? Like,
I mean,
I very much enjoyed it.
how's the reaction? Like, do you have
Oh,
one
yeah.
of these a bestseller? Is there something
So-
that's like, that's your signature
So,
according to people?
Yeah, internally we call this the everyday sauce.
Okay.
So you can eat it every day. You can eat it for lunch. You can just call it whatever you need because it's so mild.
Check on your YouTube on your phone. So.
It's the mild one, so you can have
Yeah.
it any which way. And it's
That's
the
the good
one-
thing about mild sauces, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's great
Okay.
on like biendang or like
Yeah.
anything that you want to eat
Okay.
easily for lunch, and you
Okay.
don't want to,
And you don't want to be
yourself.
paying for it later,
Exactly.
right?
Just
Okay.
like a little bit of added flavor.
Okay.
We like to call this kind of our cult classic.
Okay.
Mm.
Okay.
Who really love it, like die hard for
That's
it.
the one, eh?
That's
Okay.
one for me. This
Okay.
is also my favorite.
That's your favorite?
That's my
Okay.
favorite,
Okay. Beautiful.
yeah.
It's really nice, actually. Yeah. Well, and so what gives you the idea to be like miso, like pineapple with miso?
So
that's a
it
great
goes
idea.
Right back to that al pastor spit.
Okay.
I really couldn't shove a piece of pork into a bottle
Of course.
and call it a day.
Okay.
So I'm like, what brings that kind of umami? What kind of brings that unctuousness that you would get in an al pastor
Okay.
taco? And I'm looking around, and I see miso, and I'm like, miso has the saltiness, miso has that umami, that unctuousness that I'm looking for.
Yeah.
Plus, it's a flavor that everyone in Taiwan is familiar with. So why not try to use
Yeah.
that? And also, it's gonna pair extremely well with most of the cuisine that people eat here.
Yeah, that's great, man. I'm always curious, like, how would somebody like you come up with all of these sauces? Like, we have the restaurant and we cook and we make our own hot sauces, but the pairing that you have, like the pomegranate, pineapple, miso, stuff like that, where do you get that creativity for something like that?
So I think for all of our sauces, we always try to have a purpose for it.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
So for pineapple miso, for example, we wanted something that pairs extremely well with Taiwanese food. So
Okay.
that's why we started down that path.
Okay.
Then we look for as much Taiwanese ingredients as possible because we want to highlight Taiwan
Love
as
it.
much as possible.
Yeah. Yeah.
And from there, then we kind of just go through many iterations. Our
Okay.
team kind of suffers when it gets a little too spicy.
Okay.
And they kind of don't like us for a day
Okay.
or two.
Okay.
But
So
then-
you have a team of people working with you guys right now?
Yeah.
And they're cooking, or you guys have a central kitchen or something? Like the mystery kitchen hidden somewhere? Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay.
So most of our staff is actually for marketing because
Okay.
trying to get the word out.
Of course.
Because this sauce is not what people typically expect.
Sure.
in Taiwan.
Beautiful.
So we have to tell kind of a longer story, but it's worth it
Yeah.
in the sense because our stuff is not like what's available on the market. It's
very different. Yeah.
it's very different.
Yeah.
And so a lot of our team is focused on kind of how to illustrate this story for Taiwan, and also as we're expanding to the States, also to the States
Okay.
as well. But yeah.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Let's try the second one because we'll get
yeah.
that, and then we'll call out the next round.
Is
soon
this is
here.
our pomegranate?
This is
or-
yours too. Yeah, the
Oh,
pomegranate.
right.
Yeah. I've actually had this one before. This is actually fantastic. I love
Mm-hmm.
this. Yeah.
So this was a sauce that made me realize that my chia seed dreams were over,
Mm-hmm.
and that we're gonna dream a new hot sauce dream. Yeah.
The dream killer. Yeah.
The dream killer or the dream maker, depending
maker,
on
yeah.
perspective, right?
Yeah.
But for this one, we actually
It's very good.
We did a couple of iterations for this. When we first launched the sauce, we actually sent out like 100 sample bottles to like folks all over Taiwan.
Okay.
To give
Internationally,
feedback.
too, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm curious
And,
about the reaction of locals with something that's such a sauce that's so different.
Yeah, that we were super intrigued by that because we knew that the expat community in Taiwan
Oh,
would
we'll love
probably
it. They're going to love it for sure. Of course.
It makes sense.
Of
But
course.
I think the best surprise for us was that when we got back folks who are more like local, who grew up in Taiwan,
And
not
you
so
have
much
that. You
familiar.
got to have those guys for sure.
Exactly.
Yeah.
They came back and they had really great feedback.
Okay.
They had really great responses to this. And specifically, I think that pomegranate was the one
it's
that
so
we made
good.
the most changes to.
Oh, really?
Right? Yeah.
Okay.
Which is
Okay.
interesting. So we sent out the mango, the pineapple miso, and then the pomegranate. And we got great reactions across all three.
Okay.
And then we just asked for very specific feedback.
Okay.
And for the pomegranate one, we heard what the audience was saying, and we made some changes. And now so there's like a different process to how we make.
How are you getting that juice, man? That's freaking me out. Like, yeah, the trade secret. That's amazing. I love it.
No, we actually make our own molasses out of it.
Oh, beautiful.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Okay. I love that pomegranate, man. That's so good.
The
And it's-
inspiration was sriracha. So we
Okay.
wanted to take sriracha, but with not
Okay.
as much of the sugar. So-
Sriracha, yeah, it's so sugary. Yeah.
So
I mean, it's okay for like a mayo or something if it's gonna be, yeah.
Right. And we just wanted to get that kind of flavor, but we wanted to improve upon it, obviously.
Okay,
So
sure.
we basically took what's kind of like that sour, sweet, tart flavor, and we're like, pomegranates. Yeah,
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
it's not
I
from
love that.
Taiwan,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
when a sauce is good, a sauce is
Yeah.
good.
No, that's the truth.
Yeah.
I think locally sourcing is always a really good topic, like the farm to table sort of
Yeah,
topic, right?
absolutely.
And there's people that are starting to do stuff like that, and I mean we've been doing that for years. We don't really say it that much, but I think it's important because I know there's a lot of other places like Mexican places that they're importing everything, and people are like, oh, how come they can get it and you can't get it? And I'm like, well, you know what? We're just trying to use what we have here, because once you start importing, we used to import maseca, like corn flour, and that was before we knew how to grind the corn, right? And so we did that, but on a plane, it's super expensive.
Yeah.
Right.
So it's not worth it.
Right.
And then you're like, okay, you find a company, you do it on a boat. And then on a boat, it sits there for like a month and a half. You open up the bag, half of it's got like bugs in it. And you're like, I'm not going to serve that. That's
Yeah, you
awful,
can't.
right?
You don't feel
So
good
you're
about
like,
it.
and then, you'd have like Taiwanese delivery guys are like, oh, just, filter out, sieve out the bugs. I'm like, come on, it's so bad. I'm not going to do that. So we were just like, I was down to like my last 10 bags. And I said, I got it similar to like you. And I was like, I gotta figure out how to do the nixtamal style because I got the dried corn. And yeah, it was actually not as hard as I thought, but it was.
That's good to hear.
It's a lot. It's a process for sure.
And I'm sure the
for hand grinding for a long time was, I figured we'll buy the cheap one and we'll just hand grind it for a couple months. If people like it, then we'll buy the actual machine. Yeah. So we did, and yeah, it's been like 2 years since we've been doing that. It's been awesome. Yeah, it's really good.
So worth it. Like the freshness.
So good. Yeah.
From a local ingredients.
Yeah,
Side of things.
I love that. And I think Taiwan is kind of like a hidden gem, and it shouldn't be hidden. I think with the pandemic, Taiwan's been so good, and I just think that Taiwan's a great place, and people don't think of it that much as like a tourist destination, but it's a great place to be. Yeah. I love going to the night markets. I love going to the restaurants. I love the food, and there's people doing cool stuff, which is why we started doing this podcast because it's really cool. I love it. I love the hot sauces, man. Really good.
It's been really awesome, actually. Moving back about 3 years ago, kind of
seeing
even though I grew up here. I haven't lived here for about 10 years.
Okay.
And then coming back, 3 years ago, it was so awesome to just see all of this creativity coming out and folks just vibrating.
How's the lifestyle difference? Like living there, living here. You were there for 10 years, you said?
Yeah.
In the States, right?
In the States,
Okay.
Yeah. It's quite different, but I think it's a little bit because we were in New York City.
Okay. Wow, that's got to be like super fat.
Yeah.
Is it like all the movies and the TV say, where people are like, "Hey, shut the fuck up"? Is it like that or
they're
no?
Much nicer. They'll say that.
Okay.
But then you ask for directions, they'll be like, no, it's that way.
Okay.
actually.
Yeah.
I've never been. I've just no idea. Yeah.
They're rough on the outside,
Rough.
but soft on the inside.
Okay.
Yeah. Everyone has a place to be.
Okay.
Don't really distract them from
Okay.
that. Yeah.
Okay. New York City. All right.
I think that was the hardest adjustment was the speed.
The speed.
The speed.
Okay.
My mom, when we first came back, my mom would be like, "You need to calm down."
Yeah,
and
that's
I was
awesome.
like, "Oh, I didn't realize that was intense. I'm really sorry."
Just talking
So
a mile
funny.
a minute.
Yeah.
We went to Korea, Seoul, Korea, and it's pretty fast paced there as well, right? And the same thing, me, my wife, and my daughter were kind of walking down the street, and everyone's kind of going around us, bumping us and stuff. And my daughter's like, "Why is everyone in such a rush?" I was like, "What's going on?" And she was like 5. I'm like, "Well, they're busy. They got somewhere to be. They got to hurry up." And it was crazy. Yeah, Taiwan's really chill. I love it here. It's beautiful. Yeah. Let's grab the next one. Yeah. So this is my sauce. This is
exciting.
This is the Korean.
It looks beautiful.
So we don't usually do any too many non-Mexican things, but this Korean one, I had a guy who was in the kitchen. Taiwanese guy used to work at a Korean place, and I was telling him about I like Korean food. I like the Korean sauce, and he told me he can do the hot sauce, the Korean wing sauce, and I said, "Oh, great! Show me how to do it." So he did, and then I tweaked it the way that I wanted it to be, right? Because it was decent how we had it, but I wanted it to have that really. There's that pulp, that Korean pulpy stuff. I can't remember what it's called, but it's and it's it tastes like Mexican candy to me.
Good.
It tastes like tamarindo. It tastes like tamarindo to me. It tastes like that to me, and I'm just like, I love that. So let's make a sauce, and so I don't know if it's in the right spot on the list here. But
No, it's great.
I love the scallions
Wherever
on
it
top.
is, yeah.
Yeah, we've been doing. Yeah, we try to make. We also make a lot of sauces. We don't really promote it. The problem is we do so many things, and everyone's like, "Why don't you promote that you're grinding your corn? Why don't you promote your sauce? You should bottle all your sauces." And I'm like, man, I'm already doing so much, right? So it's
You can't do everything.
And bottling the sauces
There's only
is a
24 hours in a
process,
day.
man.
Yeah.
It's a process, right? You can kind of half-ass it, but then the sauce doesn't last, and you got to start chucking. I'm sure you guys know more about that than me. The sauce gets it's not good, and then
It's good when I'm starting to lick my fingers.
I love it, and then there's also how to get it to sit outside, and and it's like you do it so much.
Science at that point.
Yeah, you just you deep dive into that, and then I'm just like, oh my gosh, yeah. I'm like, yeah. You know what? We keep ours in the fridge. If you need them, come get them. So we'll eventually expand more into that, but I mean, there's people doing good stuff already, so there's not too much. No need. Yeah.
It's like a rising tide. It just lifts all boats.
Yeah, I think so. That's why that's why I wanted to have you guys here because they're so good. So how was the Korean? It was all right.
Wow.
That's
It's a
super
great
all right,
back-end
yeah.
kick.
Yeah, it really is.
Like I said, that gochujang, whatever, that It tastes like tamarindo candy to me. And I'll just like sit there eating it, and people are like, "What the hell's wrong with this guy?" I'm like, "Oh, this reminds me of childhood," and
Tamarind is
and I
so good.
Yeah, it's crazy,
So good.
right? We used to make a drink, the agua de tamarindo, but it doesn't sell. It's like in Mexico, it's great and stuff, but it just wouldn't sell. So it's weird to see what's going to sell and what's not going to sell.
Salty lemonade, but with not lemons.
Yeah.
Just call it, like, I don't know.
Like we have lollipops here for the people when they they check out or whatever, pay their bill. We have a lollipop. It's originally for the kids, but the adults love them, right? And the original idea was because we had a friend importing tamarind ones, right? And it was crazy because nobody liked them.
Oh no!
Nobody liked them. We had all this tamarind stuff, and the Mexicans were just like, yeah. But even the Latinos, everybody else was just like, ooh, what the heck is this? Yeah, I was surprised. I was surprised. It was very local, very strictly Mexican apparently. So I don't know.
Have that in New York with the corn in the mango drink? Does it usually go with like a
Like the chamoy?
yeah?
I don't think that is
Is that the
tamarind.
same thing?
I think it's beer and like the sticky.
Beer's good.
Beer's always good.
Beer's always good, yeah. So I'm going to pull up a picture here. You guys can tell me a little bit about that, yeah? Blam. That's a great picture. I had
That's
to
a recent
pull it
photo,
up.
yeah.
Yeah. I had to pull it. So
That's this guy right here.
that is, yeah?
So that's actually a collaboration we actually just did with tamarind.
Oh, wow. Okay.
It's a tamarind-based American-style barbecue sauce.
What? Really?
Yeah.
Oh, shoot. Okay.
The other guy in the
And
photo.
that's cow jai, right? Yeah.
Take a look, yeah.
Oh, this is the one. Oh, shoot. Because tamarind, I love. And I figured people would love it.
Oh, it's
That's it.
fantastic.
Yeah, I hope they do. That's
We
amazing.
try to
That
blend
one's for me,
three
right?
different cultures.
Okay.
So we try to blend Thai culture, where Calvin is from,
Yeah.
American culture, like Deep South barbecue, which I am not from.
barbecue,
But
yeah.
when you think of barbecue in America, you think
Yeah, for
hickory,
sure.
sweet, smoky, that kind of stuff.
Agree, yeah.
And then we wanted to highlight Taiwan. We were lucky enough to find smoked longan in Taiwan, which is smoked with a wood that's very reminiscent of mesquite.
Oh, beautiful. Okay,
So
okay.
we have that kind of smoky little flavor inside.
Okay.
And then we put in tamarind,
Okay.
kaffir lime,
I'm gonna have my wing
lemongrass.
here.
Yeah, no, go. And what happens is we even used palm sugar and coconut sugar inside of it. So what ends up being is this kind of great amalgamation of Thai flavors, Taiwanese ingredients, and then American kind of evoking style. Yeah.
Yeah, because this was mainly like a sauce that we made with cow jai for Moon Festival barbecuing, right? So we love the fact that like even in the States we would grill all the time, and it's
Rain or
really
shine.
amazing that like even no matter what culture you move to or what country you move to, there is a grilling culture,
Yeah, for
right?
sure.
And so we wanted
Yeah.
to celebrate that with.
I love
with
that
the
dragon
sauce.
boat when everyone's barbecuing and the whole street smells like barbecue.
Yeah,
I love that. Yeah.
So we really wanted to kind of recreate that kind of experience with our own sauce. So this one is it's not so spicy.
Okay.
But it's very flavorful.
Okay.
And so it has a little bit of a kick, but it's really great for any grilling and things like that.
I always find that the mild and medium spiced ones, they sell better and faster because like if you got like your super hot, they just need like a tiny bit. But if you need like something that's milder, they're just like boom, boom, boom. Hey, I need another one. You're like, yeah. So it's is it the same with you guys? I would imagine.
It is. The only other side though is like people who love spicy, they're diehard spicy.
Okay, yeah.
So they will buy that same sauce consistently, and they become lifers.
Okay,
Where they just
okay.
want that flavor, they want that heat.
Okay.
It's a done deal. It's like very simple.
I know you guys were talking about exporting, right? The first time we talked, you were talking about that.
Yeah.
And I think there's been some progress, right? So tell me a little bit about that.
Yeah.
If it's okay, yeah. It's not a secret. Okay.
No, so we currently sell in the States, and we
Beautiful.
also sell in Hong Kong as well. So we have two
Okay.
distributors
Okay.
in these two locations.
How's it going?
It's going well. It's
Okay.
going well.
Beautiful.
I think
Okay.
what's great is in the States we have great partners on both sides.
Beautiful.
And they really know how to tell a story from for Hong Kong, it's a hot sauce shop. So they really, have the right audience. They really know how to tell a story. And because Hong Kong and Taiwan are basically kind of sister cities.
Yeah,
in a sense,
exactly.
right?
And you guys have the Taiwan thing on here, right? You have to say,
made in
okay.
Taiwan.
The
And
label's
so we're
beautiful.
really proud in telling that story. And in the States, it's kind of the same way. Our partners over there, Yunhai, they also focus specifically on kind of Taiwan craft products.
Okay. Oh, wow.
And so
Beautiful.
they're even better at telling Taiwanese stories than I think
Definitely.
we are sometimes
Okay.
locally, because they're telling it from like an American perspective and just really sharing kind of the ingredients and like the different condiments. That's amazing here.
Okay. Okay. Beautiful. I love it. You anything to add to that? I think. Do you selling all the whole lineup in the States?
We are
Not the ghost yet.
not the limited editions.
Or
Okay.
the ghost.
Okay.
The Ghost is actually hitting the shelves for this Christmas.
Oh,
That's right.
nice.
Yeah.
Okay. Beautiful.
So it'll be
beautiful.
available for Christmas purchases.
I think that the U.S. in the last, I don't know, I would say 3 to 5 years, the craft hot sauce thing kind of blew up, right? Like I've been here for 20 years, so I have no idea, but I mean, this is something that I like, so that I see a lot of it, right? So, I mean, what do you think brought that on?
This is actually perfect because I'm sure she's probably sick of me saying this, but I always like equating hot sauce, at least the current iteration, current round, to coffee.
Okay.
So how the first big chains kind of went out, and that was just coffee.
Okay.
You never knew what that was. Then Starbucks came around, then all the other big players came out, and that was second wave. Now you're in like the third wave of coffee, where it's all these kind of small little roasters.
Okay.
Hot sauce went through the same thing. So in the beginning, it was salsa.
Yeah.
And every single culture had their own type of sauce, right?
Okay.
Then it became like commoditized with like Tabasco and like
Oh yeah.
Tapatio and like Valentino, all that
Yeah.
kind of stuff, right?
Yeah.
And then nowadays, everyone's like, no. It doesn't have to be just this. It can be everything. The limit is your imagination. So it's like very much third wave, third culture, third rail.
Yeah.
If you want to get really, really spicy.
Get electrified.
Exactly.
I think you guys are really epitomizing that, because a lot of the, like even my hot sauces, they're like super, not traditional, but they're pretty like they're the basic ones, and
they're
there's
great.
kind of what everyone expects. I think they're pretty good. But I mean, I never think of blending all that stuff, which is awesome.
I think like there's definitely for us, we totally admire like we love your hot sauce in the sense that like it's spicy and it's flavorful. For us, that's really important.
Yes.
Right? At the core of it, it's like if you want to eat spicy, it doesn't have to be like kill your mouth,
Yeah.
never tasting anything.
Yeah.
And that's the kind of hot sauce that we generally try to admire or even
Emulate.
create ourselves.
Yeah.
Emulate.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I think it's really important, because we were chatting earlier. We've had the big famous hot sauces, and I'm excited to try them because the marketing's good.
What's
I'm
all
like,
the hype
oh yeah,
about?
and it's just like, oh, what's the hype? And you put in your, and you eat it, and you're like, it's hot, yeah, but there's no flavor, there's no backbone to this. It's just like somebody blended up a bunch of peppers and just kind of mashed it up.
Yep.
I don't even know if they cooked them; they just kind of threw them in.
You
what
don't
I
even
mean?
know if they fermented. And
Yeah.
You know what kind of care they had.
It tastes like no cooking, no salt, no garlic, that's what it tastes like to me. It just tastes like hot mash, and it's like, it's hot, but it's not
Is that
very.
really
it's not
something
good.
you want to add to your
Yeah.
food? No.
It's great for like a truth or dare situation,
Yeah,
but
it's
not
like,
like an everyday.
Exactly, like a challenge, sort of. Hey, you can do this and that, but to be like, I'm gonna have this in my fridge and enjoy it. Yeah, not really. Yeah. Let's grab the next. The next one's yours. Yeah.
Oh,
It's a mango, yeah.
That is you. That's the mango. So tell me about this.
This is the original sauce. This is what the company was founded on.
yeah.
So we were just lucky enough to be in Taiwan and to use Taiwanese mangoes, which, like again, we think are the best mangoes in the world. The Iowans just have such good flavor. And we wanted to actually, when we first made it, we actually didn't have a bunch of the other ingredients.
Yeah.
And the sugar that's actually in Iowan was so strong that it was knocking out all the spice.
Really?
Yeah. So what happened is we actually needed to find a way to like cut through that, and we added a little bit of ginger, a little bit of goji, to add a little complexity in the front of the
nice.
palate.
And that
So then
layers it too, right?
So it kind of breaks it up, and you still get this kind of great heat, but not in the front of your mouth, but all in the back of the mouth, and it takes about 5 seconds for it to hit. So it's a very
I
big
can
delay.
feel this on the lips for sure. Yeah. No,
So
it's
you get a lot
good.
of people like, this isn't hot. Oh, there it is.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, for us as a Mexican restaurant, one of our hot sauces, we started making them was because people come in and like, oh, Mexican food's supposed to be hot. It's not spicy and blah, blah, blah. And I have to go in the back and I'd make something super hot.
Right.
What I used to do, let me order the second round.
Yeah.
Can I get round two? So what I did was we always have habaneros because we have a habanero salsa. So I would take some habaneros and I would like mince just pure habanero, put a little bit of oil, a little bit of garlic, and a little bit of salt, fry it up, and then I'd throw just all the habanero in there, and I'd like throw it in, and I'd have this little mash because I didn't have my hot sauces at the time, right?
Yeah.
So I'd like give this mash, and I'm like, this is super spicy. And in my other restaurant, the ventilation wasn't very good, so we'd have to like open all the doors because everyone's choking. You're literally like kind of cooking like that.
Yep.
What's up, man? Yeah, and people would be like, oh, and there's maybe 2 people that would be like, okay, this is great, and they would actually take it home.
Yeah.
The rest were like, holy crap, this is ridiculous. And I'm like, well, just put a little bit, yeah. You good? Yeah, you need some more?
Thank you.
That's fine. Yeah, it's all good. No, I'm just checking. All good. Yeah, we're just chatting. All is good.
Yeah.
Sure. Thanks.
So the origin
I can get it.
of the name, Empress name, tell that story. I want to hear that.
Oh
let me pull up a picture here.
Oh,
there we go.
The heat.
Yeah.
So, funny
just
story
don't touch
is-
your eyes, right?
I know.
Yeah. That's a great picture. I love that one.
As you were mentioning, like
got
the
that.
fumes, kind of killing it. When he used to process ghost peppers in the commercial kitchen, he would actually come into the room and I would start coughing.
Yeah, for sure.
Ghost peppers off of him were just so intense.
I just took it with me.
We just took it with
That's
him.
awesome. I love that.
Yeah.
I wear like a respirator now. There's no way to do it otherwise.
For us, I mean, because I've been dealing with chili peppers forever, right? So I mean, we get them in. Sometimes we use them fresh whenever we can, but sometimes you got to freeze them. You got to have like a big ass freezer and freeze them, right? And then so we do that, and then when you kind of got to defrost them, you give them a little soak or a little spin, and you know what, jalapenos, scorpion, everything, no problem. Like I've never had a problem.
Really?
And then we got Carolina Reapers, right?
Oh.
And then I'm like, never had a problem. No gloves, right? So I'm just like, give them a little stir, kind of like dry them out a little bit.
I'm so sorry.
And then, like, I had a big tub, and I just kind of put like my arm in there.
Oh no.
And I'm like, okay, no problem. And that was that, no problem. Everything's good. End of the day, go home, take a shower. And I was just like, the
worst
My
pain.
arm was on
Yeah.
fire.
Yeah.
I was like, oh my gosh. And so
And it
my
just
arm was on
drops.
fire.
It doesn't go
Yeah,
away.
I actually had to sleep with like ice packs on my arm. I was like, I'm going to sleep with an ice pack on my arm because it's burning. It was
Yeah.
crazy. I mean, jalapeno, habanero, scorpion, whatever the other ones are. What's the other one? Ghost.
Yeah.
No problem, right? I was like, yeah, no problem. Never had that. Once in a while, you feel a tingle. But the Carolina Reaper, I was like, oh my gosh.
Wow.
It was ridiculous. Yeah,
That's
I was like,
really
wow.
intense. Holy
Crazy,
crap.
crazy. Yeah, because I'm like, I don't need no gloves.
To be honest, I was the same way when I first started working with Ghost.
Yeah,
Like,
no
big
problem.
deal.
Yeah.
Throbbing.
Yeah,
Like,
it's
8
like,
hours later, in the middle of the night, I wake up and I'm like,
Yeah.
why is it on fire? Like, what
yeah,
happens?
exactly.
Yeah.
Somebody
Yeah.
told me milk or sour
Yeah, I was
cream
gonna
or
say, stick it
something.
into like yogurt.
Somebody told me that, and I was like, after, I'm like, shit, I
Yeah.
should have figured that out before. Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
it's
crazy.
it's a rough go. It's a rough go. Wait, did you explain why?
Oh, sorry. Right.
Oh, yeah, it's
Why
all good.
Empress? Oh, yeah.
Empress.
Yeah. So the name actually, when we were.
Are you the Empress? or no?
I know. No.
No?
I
She
am.
is,
I
she
am.
is,
I guess
yes,
I am.
she is. She's the
yes.
Empress. All right.
Shockingly enough, that didn't cross our minds when we came up with the name
Okay.
that I would be equated
But you
to
are the Empress, yeah.
Sure.
And they're going to look at that and be like, is that you?
Yeah, right.
Yeah, for sure, right? Yeah.
I just sent the
See it in the
designer
eyes. See it
photo
in
of
the
my
Yeah.
face.
Perfect.
But yeah, this actually, so when we came up with the name, it was like 2 years ago, and it was during that period when there were a lot of like historic wins for spicy female leaders, like in Taiwan and in the States.
Nice.
And so we were always like, oh, we should honor that in our sauce, and it makes sense because our hot sauce is specifically flavorful, so it also
So good.
like takes care of you, and
Yeah.
it's also bold.
Yeah.
So it's unapologetic. It will kick you when you need it, but
Okay.
it's just very delicious. And so for us, it was always about coming up with a name that kind of personified what the sauce does for your
Okay.
food. And so
love
we
it.
came up, we were like, oh, of course, La Tai Mei was our first call. And then we're like, oh wait, of course that was taken. That looks perfect.
Perfect.
Look at that,
Perfect.
right? Yeah. La Tai Mei
Definitely
was our
helps.
first one. But then it was already taken, of course.
Okay.
And so we were looking around, and I started digging into female leaders in Chinese history, and I realized like I started learning so much about like empresses in Chinese history.
Deep dive.
Deep dive. Because when you think about spicy female leaders in our history, it's just really about a lot of empresses. There are a couple. There's like also a captain of a pirate ship who was also a female who. Baller story. We could share that another time. There's been a lot of spicy females in Chinese
La
history.
Mei, is that where the La Mei comes from? Maybe, yeah?
Maybe.
Yeah.
And so when we were like, we should call it like Empress, like to honor this history, and the La Tai Ho was super catchy.
Okay.
And that's how it came about.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Okay. I love that. And it's going well, and I would guess in the States, because everybody loves that exoticness, right? Like, how are you feeling when you're here? Like say Canada, US, whatever, we're there, and we're just kind of like, you're not bad, but you're kind of like the average Joe, and then you come here and you're like, you're exotic, right? How's that? I'm curious about that, because that's so funny. Yeah, that's just one that popped up. Yeah,
I'm not a.
You go to like the import store and it's like macaroni and cheese. You're like, okay. It's so funny.
I don't like attention drawn to me.
Okay, understand. Yeah.
So when I'm walking down the street and people are like, "Oh," and I'm like,
"Don't want to touch your beards."
Oh my gosh, that's my favorite.
Do they really?
That hasn't.
No, this happened one time with that baby.
Okay.
There was a baby that literally reached over and just
like,
touched his beard.
I love that. I love it.
Oh,
Yeah.
it was great.
It's true. Yeah.
That's
But
so
yeah,
good.
no,
So good.
I think she'll actually just be upset about it
because
I can do the littlest thing in Chinese, like, "Oh, can you need a bag?" "Oh, butong, butong." And they're like, "Oh my god," they lose their shit.
They're like, "Oh my god, you speak," and then they explode and like,
Yeah.
And then I forget like one or two words, and they look at me like, "What's wrong with you?"
Yeah, for sure. Like
it's double standard.
It's funny. No, it's funny because I've been here for 20 years, so I speak reasonably well, right? But people will always be like, "Oh my god, your Chinese is so good. Your Chinese is so good. Your Chinese is so good. How long have you been here?" I'll be like, like 20 years, and they're like, "Oh." Wait a minute. It's not 20 years good. And I'm like, all right, well, I'm sorry about that.
Yeah, like, run it
it's
back,
funny.
run it
Yeah.
back.
I'm like, sorry. I'll say 10 next time. They'll be like, oh, 10. 10's good. 20? No.
Yesterday.
Yeah. I just got here.
It's like a random barometer in their
Sometimes
mind.
you'll be walking down the street and you'll have an old guy be like, hey, welcome to Taiwan. I'm like, hey, thank you very much. How long you been here? About 20 years. Okay.
Like that's as long as I've been here.
Yeah, he's like, yeah. It's
shocking.
all right, yeah.
Yeah.
That's so good. So
I do
good.
get the America. Where are you from?
America.
Yeah. And I'm like, America.
Yeah, do you get that a lot?
I've been getting America for years, right? And it was funny because the first few years I was here, it's like America, and I'm like, no, Canada, and they're like, oh, they kind of give you like, okay, like. Now it's a little bit better. They're like, oh, I have a cousin in Vancouver.
Oh, yeah.
Everybody has a cousin or an uncle or a kid in Vancouver. Everybody.
Yeah.
But before, they're like, oh,
Yeah.
Canada? Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
The funny thing is Americans go abroad and they say
And everyone
they're
hates.
Canadian.
Yeah. It's so funny. It's like
So
backwards.
true.
It's so backwards here, you know. Because my American friends are like, we always get shat on because we're American. But here, everybody's like, America, beautiful country, right? Meiguo, like, yeah, all right, yeah. But to be honest, I've been here for so long, and most of my really good friends are American. And I mean, I don't know if it's the ones that are traveling that are solid, but I haven't really met anybody that's not cool. You know what I mean? I mean, I don't know. I mean, I think we're all in the same boat.
I think just the mindset to leave the country
Yeah.
is already a huge step.
Yeah, I agree.
So you've already
I agree.
taken that giant leap
Yeah,
that you're already ahead of other people.
yeah.
And I feel like every country kind of has their
Cheers, man.
different
Cheers.
makeup.
Hey, man, finish it up if you want. We got we're bottomless booze tonight, so
That's dangerous.
Yeah. So, craft hot sauce question: is there there's obviously like a craft hot sauce culture? So usually with something like that brings on like craft snobs.
Of course.
Are there craft hot sauce snobs? Is that a thing or not yet? Maybe next year.
Definitely.
There really already okay.
Yeah.
Like oh my god, Tabasco.
There's
Ew. Really?
Legitimately.
Really? Oh yes.
Yeah.
Okay. I
And
love
also, there are such people that are like, anything that's on hot ones, not good enough.
No.
They've sold out. Not good
Yeah.
enough for me.
Yeah,
I want this
on hot
person
ones, yeah.
who makes it in their basement in like Arkansas.
Yeah.
That's what I want. That's the pure stuff. And I'm like, but is it safe? Like
they say that to you? No.
No. You see
Okay. In the States. Okay.
No, to me, there's like
I love
it's not
hot ones.
enough.
Yeah.
I'm like, sorry, I'll make a hotter one. Like, I'll get there.
I think in Taiwan it's starting to grow a little bit more. Like there are people we've met folks who make their own, and like they're really cool. Like the things that they make, and they're small volume, but it's like it's so awesome.
How do you find the reaction? Because a typical Taiwanese hot sauce is like really oily, really salty, and kind of like mushy, which is good for certain things for sure.
Tremendously,
But very different than like stuff that we make, or especially what you guys make. How do you find the reaction of people that are maybe used to eating oily, salty, mushy hot sauce compared to this?
Actually, I think it's quite positive.
Okay.
For a lot of folks, one of the things that really attracts them to the sauce is that there's no oil in it.
Okay.
Right. So Taiwanese food can oftentimes already be very oily, or you're eating like fried
True.
food, and like to add more oil to it is actually like such a burden to your body. I think one of the things that one of our customers said to me that will always be in my mind, and the best phrasing ever was like, I should decide if I add salt to my food, not my sauce.
Okay, wow.
And and that, I think that was like a really key piece, is that they were kind of getting tired, or some folks are wanting that variety of like having different flavors that doesn't have to be really salty, like really oily, to their already seasoned food.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's pretty cool. I think I mean, for me, the first time I came here, and I'm like, I'm going to get some hot sauce from somewhere, and I'm just like, whoa, this is super salty, it's super greasy, and then it like destroys my stomach. I'm like, what happened? Yeah.
So I think like it's been good in the sense, and then there's also the folks who are like, I don't understand what you're doing. Like, why is it vinegary? And I'm like, well, that's because it doesn't have oil in it. The vinegar as a base.
Vinegar is like the best like natural preservative, and I think anyways.
Yeah, and it cuts right through all the oily food. So it actually, you end up eating more food.
Yeah.
So why would you not want that?
Yeah, I love that. Yeah.
Somebody also told us they were like, because of the mango, usually they were finishing a steak within 15 minutes, and they were mad at us because they were like, I can't believe how fast I finished that steak.
It's like bang, bang. Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Okay. No, that's awesome. Yeah. All right. So you have what's the future plan for Empress?
Oh.
Yeah,
other than, like,
5 year, 10 year. Okay. Well, let's before that, let's do this one, right?
Oh.
Yeah. The COVID.
Yeah.
A little COVID.
That's,
a little COVID action.
Yeah,
that's Taco Fest. Fiesta del Taco.
Fiesta del Taco.
Yeah.
Oh, Taco Fest. Where at? Which one? The Maji one?
The Maji one.
Did you guys do tacos or?
No, we just did hot
just
sauce.
Okay.
So when we go there, we just always rock up with our sauces, and we're
Beautiful.
like, listen, get your
You guys want some of
tacos
this?
wherever
All right.
you want. Come back,
Smart.
we'll sauce you.
And how did it go?
Great.
I bet.
Yeah.
It's also so much fun for us.
It's
we
a
just
party
party
for us.
it up for everybody.
That's awesome. Yeah.
And this one, we also had like a spinning wheel where we were buying people shots.
Yeah.
Oh,
and so we were
nice.
drinking
Okay.
shots
Okay.
along with
Tequila.
Okay, good. Well, you gotta have
That was
tequila.
really fun.
You gotta have it. Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah. No, we
was so
didn't.
much
We didn't
fun.
go because we were just so busy, and people were like at the beginning, like, you gotta come. They're like, you do this, do that. And I'm like, but it's gonna be all the new guys coming up with their new tacos, and I'm like, it's weird for me. Like, I don't want to go in there and be like, like some of them are great for sure, and it's just like it's a contest, and what if we win the contest? It's weird. It's weird. I mean, if we're like, you don't think it's weird if you're doing like the pop up guys and you step on them and you're like, that doesn't matter. You're this guy, yeah. He's like, fuck it, kill him.
Good food is good food, right?
And then I'm like, what if we lose? Like, people are gonna say, oh, fuck Eddie's Cantina,
It's rigged.
Dude, we have. It's getting better, but oh my god, we have like a big target on our back from all the taco guys. They all talk so much shit about us.
Really?
It's crazy.
man.
It's crazy. Like, that's why I'm like, I'll come. I'll be a judge. You want me to judge? And they're like, no, we want you to sell. I'm like, all right, forget it then. I'm not going. Yeah, because I'm like, and I know all the Mexican guys that are selling. I've had a few of them on the show, and it's like, these good guys. I mean, they're just coming up. We've got a taco truck. I'm like, fucking, it's great, man. It's
great. Yeah.
So I mean, I don't know. It was a weird one, but we didn't go. But next time, I told some of the Mexican guys, I'll come and I'll cook for you. And I'll put it in your name. I'll come and we'll bring the corn. We'll do everything, and then we'll make it up, but we'll just put it in your name.
You
Yeah.
bring like the fresh tortillas.
Yeah, for sure we will.
Oh my
Yeah, of
gosh.
course. Yeah, for sure, for
That's
sure.
gonna
You'll win just on that.
Yeah, I'm like,
Yeah.
let's do that. Last night I had some tacos and I was like, oh my god, I forgot how good these are. I'm just sitting. I'll eat the dough. I'm like, oh, this is so good. Yeah, it's crazy. It's really
Good
crazy,
stuff.
man.
Last
Yeah.
time I was in Mexico, we
Yeah, sorry.
Tell me about it. Yeah,
No, we went on like a taco binge in Mexico City.
beautiful.
Yeah.
You got to do it.
She got to the point where she actually couldn't eat another taco.
Yeah.
Yeah,
just
I had
could
to.
not do
I
it.
looked at the tortilla and I was like, I really want to eat this, but I can't. I couldn't.
And
So
they're
I
all
had to,
street
pick it
size,
up.
right?
Yeah.
I love that. I love
Like
that.
you get one, you're like, what am I doing? No, can I get three?
Yeah,
Let's go.
exactly. Yeah.
I don't think we stopped eating the whole trip. We were there for like
That sounds
2
about
weeks.
Mexico. Yeah, that sounds
so
like
good.
Mexico. And it's like 10 cents a taco or something ridiculous. You're just
And then
like,
you go inside and see like a luchador fight, and you're like, what's going on? Like,
yeah, exactly, right? The
That
luchadores,
was a
right? Yeah,
show.
it's
Big
crazy.
show.
It's crazy because we actually, the last time I went was just before we opened this one, and we went out to the taco stands and stuff, and I think it's still the same price as when I was a kid, and we'd go to visit. I'm like, how the hell is it still the same
My
price?
gosh.
And all my family was like, no, that's normal. That's the normal price. I'm like, no, that's not normal. That the price hasn't changed in like 20 years or 30 years,
Right,
right?
exactly, yeah.
And they're like, no, that's normal. And they're like, well, what do you sell your tacos for? I'm like, a lot
Same
more
price,
than 10.
same
You know?
price.
Yeah, not more than that. Shoot,
Yeah.
yeah. Well, I don't know what's going on with the next round, but
it's all good.
Problem. That reminds me kind of like the egg cakes. What is it called? Oh my gosh, the cartwheel cakes. They've been the same price ever since I was growing up. Like
Okay.
there was one chidon. They've been the same price. And when I came back, and I was like, oh, this is still a good deal.
Yeah, you're
That's
like, wait, what
that's
is this?
Really
Yeah.
nice. Yeah.
Taiwan's great. I mean, Taiwan for me is similar to it's kind of like the best of Canada and Mexico for me, because Canada's amazing. It's really safe and really clean.
Yeah.
But after 5, there's nothing. I mean, sorry, right? There's nothing to do. Everything's closed, and it's just the bars and stuff that are open, right? But Mexico, it's a little bit more ghetto, which I love. My family's super, super ghetto. The food's way better than in Canada. Way better. Forget about it.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Night markets.
Oh, really?
Oh my God, night markets everywhere. It's all tacos and taquerias everywhere. Okay, thank you. That's fine. Yeah, tacos and taquerias and it's just amazing. Oh, you can start to smell. Yeah, I smell that.
Oh my god.
Did they sauce them up? They just sauce them up
Hot
good.
sauce.
Yeah. Good. Some of that. It's all good. Just chuck that in there. Yeah. So we'll spin that. Can we spin that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gosh, I
start
am
from the
definitely
green.
nervous for
Yeah,
this
so let's
one.
do the green one
excited for
first.
this one.
Yeah. So the green one is jalapeno. Yeah.
Yeah.
So go for it. Let's do that.
Oh my gosh. Not ashamed to admit that I almost died on the last round.
Oh, really?
I'm
Okay.
so So I actually didn't
Off the
use to eat
Korean or
spicy.
what? Oh, okay.
Yeah. It was a combination of just one after another, I think.
That's good.
That's really nice.
It's really basic, but
If you do a classic and you do it well, it's perfect.
The jalapenos
Thanks,
really
man.
coming through. It's beautiful.
yeah, we. God, I just drooled. What the hell? So awesome. That's my favorite out of ours. I mean, but I remember that one always brings this story up to my mind. There was this catering we went to, right? And we laid out all the catering. We had all the sauces and stuff. And then we had like not a tub, but kind of like a tub of that there. And I'm like, this one I put hot. And then people would come around and they're like, oh shit, guac, and then they'd grab like a chip and be like,
No.
and I'm like, that's not guac. And they're like, and they would eat it and they'd be like screaming. I'm like, that's not guac, So I was always joking that the name of it should be, it's not guacamole,
That's fine.
because everybody, it's like, oh, guacamole, great, I'm like,
Right,
it's
right.
not guacamole. For years, I'd have to be screaming, it's not guacamole, and people would just be like, oh, great, guac. And I'm like, ugh.
It's got the right color.
Yeah. Right?
Yeah, it's about the same color. Yeah, I actually made one of those, a batch of that with wasabi as well. So we had like the wasabi jalapeno, which was pretty good. It's pretty good
That's super
because
interesting.
I thought,
The alisan wasabi.
yeah, this one with plus some wasabi, but because wasabi's got that like nasal sort of burn,
Yeah, yeah.
and this has like the sort of a different tongue burn. So it was pretty good. It was pretty good, but I don't know. This one sells better, and I mean, it was still pretty good.
Wasabi's, like,
Which one was spicier?
was weird, yeah.
This one or the wasabi one?
I think the wasabi was a bit spicier,
'cause of the-
but it's got like the two level of like the nose is on fire, and then but the wasabi kind of masked the taste a little bit. I think it was stronger than the jalapeno, so yeah.
The jalapeno is really delicate, right? With the floralness and all
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
That's the beauty of jalapeno. Yeah, you need to like give it room to shine.
Yeah.
Wasabi's like a hammer,
Yeah, exactly.
but
So
like a happy hammer.
yeah, I love wasabi. So
So
I
anytime
thought,
we go to sushi, it's like I know it's like not correct.
Yeah, and
but
it's
I
just
put
like-
as much wasabi as possible.
Okay.
If I'm not crying and tearing, did I really eat sushi?
it's true. It's true. We love sushi and yeah, we love wasabi and stuff. So I thought, let's try that. And that was my only kind of time where I was like, oh, I'll try something like creative. And people were like, oh my God, it's so good. It's so good. How'd you think of it? And I'm like, oh, they're both green.
Honestly, the best ideas.
Yeah,
The best ideas.
I'm like, it's just both green. and they're just like,
It's amazing.
I'm just like, they're both green. And the people were just like expecting some like backstory
Wisdom, yeah.
of like jalapeno and wasabi and like Japanese lords or something.
Exactly.
Samurais. I'm like, no, they're both green.
No.
And they're just like, okay. I'm like,
If it
oh,
ain't
they were
broke,
so
right?
disappointed
If it ain't
whenever
broke.
I said that. They were so disappointed, man. So disappointed.
Oh my gosh.
That's
So
the-
do you guys have? You okay? How was that? Was all right? You're good still. You're good still. Okay, good, good, good.
I'm
just
just all of a horchata, but it's fine.
No, that's fine. I mean, we
Oh,
can get
you
more.
have the hottest ones left.
Yeah. So we got yours and mine left. So that's good.
Beautiful.
Yeah. So let me pull up another picture here.
Yeah.
Let's talk a little bit about staffing. About the staff. Oh, his head goes down. Like, oh shit. Here we go. Talk a little bit about staffing. I
We've
mean,
been really lucky. I'll start. with
okay.
that.
Oh, great.
I know it goes down, but it's really actually holding
Okay.
up high.
Yeah, we've
Really
been
proud.
really lucky. We've been so proud of our guys. Girls, I guess, but
Girls.
either way.
How do you like? For us, it's like a traditional industry. I go to restaurant work, whatever. But for you guys, it's a very sort of a non-traditional thing, especially in Taiwan, to be like, hey, join my hot sauce team, my hot sauce brand.
Yeah.
So how do you guys go about recruiting people? I'm spitting now.
No, that's a good question. So for us, I think we do it in various ways. I think for us, we try to tell our message a lot through our social media.
Now the branding's amazing. It's really good. Yeah.
Yeah, we
It's
got
really
really
good.
lucky.
It's
really good, yeah.
So we try to tell our story. Oh, my tongue is like a little swollen.
All right, here we
All right,
go.
it's
It's
cool.
round two,
There we
baby.
I know. But yeah, we try to find people who we had a lot of these, and I'm sure you've seen them, where it's just standard issue, resume, cover letter, things like that. And
Yeah.
so we
Yeah.
tend to, for us, I think it's really, really important that we find people who find value in what we do, because we are so different. And so it can be really, really difficult because it's a hot sauce company, so it's not like a traditional big corporation.
Yeah, sure.
But when we do find people who either mention our name or specifically why they want to work for us,
Okay.
that kind of changes the game for us.
Okay, okay.
And that those are the folks that we look for. We tend to recruit on like the classic, Yiling Si.
Oh,
or,
Yiling
like,
Si,
cake resume,
whatever it is. Yeah, yeah,
exactly,
Okay.
one of those. And then like for our longest term staff, Chloe, she was just somebody that I've met previously, and
Such a good fit.
yeah,
Such a good fit.
we've just been
That's
so
awesome.
lucky.
Okay,
Like, we
cool.
love our team, so lucky.
And they're doing all the social stuff, and you're doing all the sauces. Okay. Good. So
It's okay.
No, that's okay. No.
It's an
I'm
even
just, yeah.
split.
Okay. Good. No, the social is especially now.
So difficult.
Oh, it's
so
difficult, but it's so
necessary.
important. Like you find so many places that you go in, and it's just like it's amazing. It's a hidden gem. And they're like, oh, they don't have a Facebook page, they don't have Instagram, or they do, and it's got like 2 likes because they've never told anyone about
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
And you're just like, whoa, it's huge now. I think social is like, I'm not great with Instagram, but getting there. But yeah, the other ones like Facebook, especially in Taiwan, is massive, right?
Yeah, very much so.
I
So
think
huge.
35, 38 and over is mostly Facebook, I think, and then sort of maybe 35 and under is a lot of Instagram. So yeah, your guys' Instagram stuff is really good, man. I got another great one here. Hold
That's
up.
all you. That's all you.
Thanks.
It's really good. Yeah. Let me
We
see if I
try.
can find it. Let me
But
see
I
if I
think
can
what's
find
amazing is learning like the YouTube and streaming and video things. We've been trying.
my
Oh,
gosh,
yeah.
yeah.
It's a good eye. He's like, yeah. Damn that picture.
Out of office.
Damn that
Out of
picture.
office.
Yeah. I know. That's such a good picture, though.
Yeah.
I love that. Yeah.
It's perfect.
Yeah.
I feel like you should put that on your screensaver when
Oh, for
we
sure.
when we go on a holiday.
Yeah. You put that in like your
What is holiday?
I know.
Yeah.
holiday. Yeah. Yeah. What's that? Yeah. Holidays. Yeah. It's beautiful.
No, that's just
It's just we're chilling. I love the
Chill,
shirts
yeah.
too.
It was for the shirt, actually. So
Yeah,
we
we were
tried to,
promoting the shirt.
Yeah, so we have these shirts for when we do markets, and so like.
You guys sell shirts? Not yet. Yes, you do. Okay.
Are they on the website yet?
Not yet.
Okay.
We kind of just like give them a surprising delights to our
Okay.
long-term regular customers.
Understand. Sure.
Yeah, yeah.
Beautiful. Okay. Yeah, I think it's cool when someone wants to buy a shirt. Like we sell our shirts, and we're always like surprised when someone's like, "You want to buy a shirt? Really? That's so cool." And they're like, "Yeah, I love those shirts." I'm like, really? It's weird. It's a weird feeling, but it's cool, right?
Yeah.
It's
Definitely
like
cool.
you're willing to wear our brand.
It's like you want to
What?
buy my shirt? Like really?
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah. It's funny.
That's how they show love. Yeah.
Yeah. Ooh, be careful with the eyes.
Oh,
yeah?
that's right.
Be careful
I
with the
forgot.
eyes. Yeah.
I kind of
You
did.
kinda did. It's
It was a
okay.
rookie
It's all
move.
risky.
It's all right. It's all right.
All
should,
good.
Should we
All
keep
good.
going? What do you think, man?
Yeah.
Let's
Yeah,
go.
let's do it.
So you
Ready?
tell me all about this next one. It's all sauced up here.
So this is our ghost pepper macao. We wanted to build a
You
sauce.
talk, Ali.
Yeah, go for it. So we wanted to build a sauce that really highlighted this unique pepper that we actually found in Taiwan. It's grown in the mountains, typically eaten by Aborigines, and it has this very unique citrusy kind of key lime sort of flavor that we wanted to really encapsulate because we really haven't seen it in any other hot sauce ever. And we did that, and we added a little bit of grapefruit juice, a little bit of lime juice to really bump up that citrus. But then we saw a lot of hot sauces around the world using carrot as a base, and we're like,
Yep.
why would you use carrot? We have perfectly good sweet potato that's grown in Taiwan as well.
I taste the sweet potato.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
It gives it this super silky, like
That's
luscious.
my favorite sauce of yours.
Yeah,
That's so
it's-
good.
It's
That's
a quick
so
grower.
good. Yeah. Okay.
So we wanted to do something like that, like a little bit of a challenge to myself, a little bit of a highlight to Taiwan. And this is what came out. This took about 2 to 3 months of R&D, like
Really?
20 different versions to get it right, to get the proper heat dialed in, to get the viscousness dialed in.
Yeah.
Really good.
Yeah.
I really like that one, man. They're all good, but I love sweet potato, and I love citrus. I love spice. That's great. I love that. That's fantastic. Yeah.
Yeah, this is
How
actually
is it?
one of our best-selling sauces.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
That makes sense. That makes sense.
I think
Yeah.
that's it's like our testament to people who say Taiwanese people don't eat spicy, because that's not true. I think when the folks really like to eat spicy, they really do.
People say that, but then everyone's going for like mala
That's
huo,
right.
right?
Yeah.
Which isn't that spicy.
Yeah. It's not.
Unless it's like blindingly spicy.
Some of them are not that spicy, and some of them are like awfully spicy.
Yeah.
Like, and I like spicy, but it's just like
Same.
sometimes it's like you can't really enjoy it. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh man.
That is spicy though.
The sugar and the sweet potato kind of.
But not so
Calms you.
spicy that it's not enjoyable. And you
still
could
taste
use it. You can use it. You can use it on a lot of things. Yeah. Oh, it's super good.
This one is actually really good with noodles or
Okay.
dumplings.
Okay.
Super good.
Dumplings is great with this.
Okay.
Yeah.
Ooh.
That's the
Lips
thing.
are swelling up. Perfect.
All of our sauces are designed to be flavor first, then spice.
I think that's really important because a lot of the hot sauces you get are awful. They're just so hot. And they're like, yeah, it's too hot for you. I'm like, no, it doesn't taste good.
This is also a slow burner. This one will last
Yeah, it's good.
quite
It's
a bit.
good. It's going to last,
Yeah.
yeah. This one is made with which pepper? you
It's
say?
Ghost.
Ghost pepper? Okay. Very nice.
Yeah.
And you said this is one of the better sellers.
Mm-hmm.
I like it. Yeah.
Oh, man.
So you were talking earlier about a collab. You're collabing with Kao Jai, right? Like,
Yeah,
dudes,
no, I'm okay.
are there any other... Sorry, I'll get you another one. Do you guys do a lot of collabs with other... I know you guys... Hold on, let me find... Is it this one? Blam, yeah, there we go. I know you guys do collabs with other brands. So tell me a little bit about that.
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
please.
collab's something that we just started out. First it was with Kao Jai, and then we did a meal kit with them over COVID, and then we did the sauce for
2 meal
barbecue.
kits with them.
2 meal kits. Yeah. And then also
Two what? Sorry? I'm sorry, I missed
2 meal kits.
Okay, beautiful. Okay.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
I know.
I love it.
I want to get you guys some
I
more.
love the tingly.
It's good. No, it's
Yeah.
really good. Yeah. And it's still enjoyable. Keep going. I'm just trying to get some more.
Oh, no worries.
Horchata for you.
Do you want to drink mine?
I already
Oh, you
took
did drink
it.
it?
I already took
Okay,
it.
yeah.
I already took it.
Yeah.
I was like, you don't need it. I'm gonna need it. But yeah, and then now we're doing this giveaway.
One more horchata, yeah? Do you need another beer? You're good? Okay.
okay, yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, we're doing this giveaway where we have our own hot sauce, passion fruit and mango. on wings for Big Apple Wings, which is this cloud kitchen in
Leon works there, right?
Yeah.
You guys know Leon well, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
That's how you
Leon's
guys
my guy. I love Leon, man. Leon's fantastic. Yeah. He's a great chef. I love Leon. Yeah.
Super
His food is
talented.
amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah. I used to go to, I don't know, but maybe before you guys were here, you used to have a restaurant called Bing. I don't know if you guys ever. Yeah. So
Was that the
it was
bone
a burger
marrow?
place. Oh, it was a bone marrow burger.
Oh my
Dude,
God.
I went
We've
there for
heard
my
stories. We haven't
It's
had
the
the
best.
chance,
It was the best burger, but they would. So in Mexico, when they're cooking, they always cook with bones, and then everybody fights for like these big bones with all the marrow in the middle, and we would just like scoop it out and we would like
Right.
super ghetto. We would suck it out. No, we would
Yeah.
everybody's like it's so ghetto where we live, right? And so we go to like this place, Bing, right? And we try it out, and it's like bone marrow burger. And I'm like, oh, I wonder how that is. And it's really like delicate with like this long spoon. And I'm just like, scraping the bone off, right? I'm like, can I just like order like bone marrow, like without anything else? And they're just like, what the hell's wrong with this guy? And then so I went there for these guys. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
So I went there for one of my birthdays, and instead of a cake, he's brought this tray of bone marrow out. And I'm like,
Dreams.
if you guys want one, take one now, because as soon as it comes to me, I'm not sharing it anymore, you know? So a couple went, but I had like 15 like bones there, and I was just like, and they're like, you're gonna have like,
the fastest way to get into
yeah,
your
they're
mouth.
just like, you're gonna have like a heart attack, dude. That's not good. I'm like, it's all right, I'm good, you know? And I was just like,
It's happiness.
yeah, it's so good. I was like, I'll die happy. I'll
There's
die
so
happy.
much
Yeah.
nutrients in that. I'm sure it would have offset it.
Yeah, I was like, no, bro. All the beer and all the bone marrow, just like, this is great. Yeah, so Leon's fantastic. So I cut you guys off with your story, though, the Cloud Kitchen story.
Oh, yeah.
Sure. Yeah,
How did
so
that
we
come
worked
around?
with,
Yeah.
we worked with these guys to create to put our sauce onto their wings.
Uh-huh.
And so now it's on their menu, and you can order it over Uber
Through Uber,
Eats
yeah.
or Food Panda through Big Apple Wings.
Wrong one, sorry. Yeah.
No. And so we're running this giveaway for folks who have like a 10-10, big feast, chicken wings
Yes.
feast.
Okay.
Exactly.
From today, till Thursday, you
Okay.
can enter, and then we'll announce the winner on Friday.
So I have your website and stuff in the description below the video. So if anybody wants to get, try out the sauces, you get like a discount, I guess, right now, right?
Yeah.
Go to the description below,
Yeah.
click the link, order some sauce, get it. It actually, what I love about the brand is it looks really nice. So it's smart because it's perfect for a gift, right? I love how the boxing. I love the labels. It's beautiful. I think the labels are so well done, and
Shout out Cindy.
Yeah,
I
our
love
good
them.
friend Cindy did
They're
a
so
great
well
job.
done, and I think that it's a perfect gift. It's a beautiful gift. If you guys are looking for gifts, this is it right here. Yeah.
I do want to say one more thing about
Please
Big
do.
Apple Wings. That little bottle right there is that. Yeah, that's
This
the
one.
only bottle that we have of our passion fruit mustard.
That's
which
the
you can-
last bottle.
Yeah, it's the last bottle. You
Yeah.
can't get it anywhere unless you're eating Big Apple Wings.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you want to try the passion fruit mustard? You got to go to Big Apple.
A little bit of jerk, a little bit of mustard. It's
Because
pretty
I'm not
nice.
going to share this one with anybody.
you shouldn't.
Yeah, for sure. Maybe my wife can have a little bit.
It's not that bad
Yeah.
spice wise. It's
My daughter will
friends
love it.
right about here.
My daughter loves passion fruit. She loves mustard. My daughter, my wife's Taiwanese, obviously. I'm Mexican Canadian. My daughter grew up in a Mexican restaurant, basically. So she loves Mexican. She loves Indian. She loves Thai. She also likes Taiwanese,
great palate.
but she likes I remember this one time picking her up. She was 5. I was picking her up from kindergarten, and I pick her up. I'm like, "How was it going? How was your day?" She's like, "Lunch was crap." So I didn't eat. So we need to eat. Okay, this is like this little kid. I'm like,
That's so
okay,
cute.
what do you want to eat? And she's like, okay, so here's your choices, Dad. I'm like, oh, awesome. Thank you for that. We can have fish tacos at the shop. Or we can go get some American brisket.
Whoa.
Or butter chicken.
That is some advanced.
I'm just like, this 5-year-old little kid, she's like, or butter chicken. So
Which one did you
Falls in
pick?
your court.
I was like, oh my God, which one do you want? I'm like, I created this monster. Like,
Yeah.
she's like, we go to like Saffron and get butter chicken,
so good.
and they give her
So,
like
so
this,
good.
you know how they have those pickled onions, right, at the beginning?
Yeah.
They give her like a massive bowl of that, and she'll just like, ever since like age 3.
Wow.
She's like popping onions, pop. She eats our habanero salsa, our green
I was
salsa.
gonna say, so she eats quite spicy.
She eats pretty spicy, yeah. I mean, she goes to play with kids. You know, kids are eating like chocolates and stuff. She does like sweets, but she'll have her little like salsa sort of deal of diced raw onions, right? And she just be like, and Taiwanese onions are strong.
Yeah, they are.
Right? They're really strong, right?
Yeah.
And she's just like popping them. And then other kids are like, "What's that?" She's like, "It's delicious. Try it." And then they try it, and they're like, "Oh my god!" They start screaming. And
It's amazing.
once in a while, she gets like, "Oh my god, this is spicy," and then she'll have like some horchata, a little horchata in there, and she's like, "Okay." She goes back. It's crazy.
That's amazing. Oh my gosh, you've trained her well.
Yeah.
Props
to you on that.
She's like, she looks like a little Asian girl, but she's like my clone, basically. Like oh my gosh. You
That's
ask her
amazing.
about school, she'll be like, boring, hated it, didn't learn anything. And I'm like,
But then know all the cuisines of the world.
but I know butter chicken, American brisket, fish tacos, it's like,
One
okay.
could say that's all you need to know about
That's
the
all you
world.
need to know,
That's all
right?
you need to know.
Food.
Yeah, you just
That's
For
need to know
us,
what they eat.
whenever we travel, my wife's like, "Oh, we're gonna go here," and I'm like, we're going to Japan, gotta have that Wagyu. I gotta try the A5. I gotta try this place. I gotta try the ramen of this place. And it's like a food journey, It's everywhere I go. It's like food journey. Okinawa, okay, we gotta have that. Yeah,
Food is culture, right?
yeah.
The
For
best
me,
way,
it's like the most
Absolutely.
important part.
Yeah.
I know there's like, monuments and stuff like that, and history and stuff. And for me, it's just food. I'm like, go to the
That's how you
States. I got to try that. I got to go to like Texas and try that. Got to do like South Carolina or whatever. Try all that different kind
Different
of
styles of
barbecue.
barbecue.
I want to try their different kinds of Mexican food. I want to try it all,
Wholeheartedly
because
agree.
I just like food. Yeah.
It's the flavor of life. It's so obvious too when we go on trips. Like
Yeah.
I would if I picked the restaurants and things,
Yep.
it wouldn't be as good as when he picks it.
Okay.
It's so obvious.
'Cause we're just like doing our homework. Like,
Yeah,
wait a minute.
It's
Wait a
just
minute.
like I will pick all the scenic spots and
Okay.
like where we're gonna go.
Yeah.
And like all the historic sites, and he's just gonna be like, oh, this is like remember that ramen place we went to in Japan?
The one right before the flight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Like we caught a bowl, and then we're like, oh, we have to go to the airport. Can we get this quick?
Okay.
They're like
Okay.
looking at us like, what the fuck are
They're
you?
like, what are you talking about? Yeah, you telling me? Yeah. It's funny because the same as us. Like we go around and I'm just like, no, we have to try this. We have to try this. We have to try this. And like we took my daughter to Disneyland when she was like 5 or 6. And I'm like, oh my god, the food looks shit.
Yeah, it is.
It's pretty bad. I'm like, why is the food so
turkey
bad?
legs? The turkey legs.
Turkey legs.
Oh, but
Okay,
it's so dry.
okay.
So
It's
dry.
But I was like,
It's comical.
oh, I'm a sucker for popcorn. I'm like, okay, we can just do popcorn until we go to eat some real
Somewhere
food,
else,
you know?
right.
Yeah,
So
because
we can-
Japan had amazing food. Loved it. Japan,
Best quality.
Okinawa, beautiful. Loved it. So, how do you feel? You
I'm ready.
Rock that
We can
last
do
one?
it.
Yeah.
Ready to rock? All right,
We can
let's
do
go.
it?
Yeah, I'm gonna
So
do
this
it.
is my sauce. This is made with Carolina Reaper,
Oh, I'm so excited.
and it's a lot of it. So, yeah.
All right.
Do you wanna-
What else can I
Yeah.
say? I don't
Clink?
usually tell
Yeah.
people that, but you're hot sauce people, so you know.
All right, we're gonna do it.
We're gonna clink.
Cheers.
Good luck.
I don't think I've ever cried on camera. Today might be the day.
Oh yeah,
My-
you can
my-
taste the Carolina Reaper, and here it comes.
Smell it, right?
Yeah.
This is the sauce I use for when people come in and they're like, Mexican food's supposed to be spicy. I'm like, oh, no, I got something for you, man. No problem. You know what? It tastes a bit more mellow than it usually does. But we'll see.
The grower.
Usually.
Yeah, it is. That's great. I love the flavor of Carolina Reaper.
It's so nice.
It has like this built-in smokiness that just you don't really get from other peppers. Like ghost pepper doesn't really have it. Scorpion doesn't have it.
Carolina Reaper is weird. It's got that smell, right? It's like,
There's a
Yeah.
big boy.
yeah.
Ooh, this hits. This hits hard.
It's coming, yeah. Got to have one that hits, right? Dave Silver, shout out to the Empress. You guys know Dave, right?
Oh, hey.
Dave loves you guys, right? Passion for the passion fruit mustard. He loves it. He's also got the pineapple miso. Love Taiwan flavor and ingredients. Shout
Thanks,
out to
Dave.
Dave, man. Dave is fantastic. We love that guy.
Oh. I am at a loss of words.
Hey, all right, good. You got to have one
Oh
to
my
cap
God.
it off, right? Yeah.
Here it starts.
There you go.
It
Here we go.
starts.
Yeah. Yeah, that one doesn't. The thing about the Carolina Reaper, it seems to have no level, like no top. It just keeps going. Like the first bite, you're like, oh, that's nothing.
Go for
And
it.
it's just kind of like, And then you'll have like Ghost and Habanero. They start to level off. And then this one's like, there's no level. We're just going to keep going. Yeah.
Oh, the hiccups have
There you
started.
go. There you go. They're starting.
There we go.
All right.
Yeah.
I want to go for
There
this.
you go. Go for it. Go for it. These are going to be beautiful for the thumbnail that we're going to make. Yeah.
Right.
Yes. Love it. Love it. Love it. Yeah. So we get people that come in and they're like, I love this show. I want to order 6 of the last one. I'm like, no. And they're just like, 6. I'm like, why do you want to order 6? It's no good. You can't do that. And they're like,
You taste the
customer,
first one
customer,
and then the
customer.
rest is just all gone.
And that's what happens. Eventually, like, all right, we can do 6 of those. And then they have half of one. And they're just like we are right now, on fire. And then
I love this pain though.
it's good.
The
though,
endorphin
yeah.
rush is amazing.
It's good, right? All right.
Is the last one on all of yours?
Yeah, that's the last
Oh
one.
my god.
You want to keep going? Shoot, I got some last dab if you want. No.
Why would we go down?
No, it's yeah, we got to end it with that one. That's a good one. I love it. I think, yeah, no one ever. The funny thing is, they'll have 6.
I'm gonna try not
They'll
to.
have a bite. You're gonna go. Oh man.
I'm gonna try not to.
You're gonna try not to. All right, do
Yeah.
your thing.
I tried one bite and then I was like, oh, this is fine. And then I ate a second
Then you
one
wolf
and
the
I
whole
was
thing
like,
down,
oh,
yeah.
God.
I had one guy we did with cauliflower, and the cauliflower just like soaks
Soaks it.
that sauce in, and he was just like popped the whole thing and just downed it, and then he was like, "Way to stop!" We're like, "Hey, we gotta stop."
Yeah.
And then he's like, went to the bathroom for a few minutes, came out, goes to the couch, and he went to sleep for 45 minutes. I was like, "Oh shit!"
That's like shock.
I'm like, "Okay."
Ooh, yeah. It just keeps going.
For sure, there's no roof on that one, right? That's the crazy thing.
It's so good though.
You know, it's the
still taste
Reaper
flavor.
when it just doesn't stop. It's just
Yeah.
like, yeah. But the flavor, I think the taste is pretty good.
Great flavor.
I think the taste is pretty good. Yeah, we can get Reapers on that. It's. I'm always like, oh my god, the last one, because I make it and I know how much Carolina Reaper is in there. It's a lot. Yeah.
Oh.
Spoiler alert! It's a shit ton. So
Yeah, that's the way.
yeah,
though.
that's
I
the way to
don't
do
know
it.
how you eat this
You have
every week,
one.
though.
You have one.
Yeah.
Well, tomorrow morning will be interesting, but it gets. You get used to it eventually.
I know I'll sleep like a baby after this.
Yeah.
Come right back down.
Oh man.
Oh man. There you go. Some months ago. There we go. You need one of these, dude, or you good?
No, I like to suffer in the pain.
Good.
Yeah.
The hot sauce, man. I love it. I love it. So,
I mean, we try all of our ghost peppers that come in raw, right? So we have to like see
you
if it's
guys
worth
try
it.
them? Oh my
Yeah.
god. Okay.
So it's like quality, right? I'm like this
the
relatively often in the office.
Yeah,
Beautiful.
when you
beautiful.
join our team, you have to eat a ghost pepper,
Yeah.
just to know what's going on.
I think it's great. I'm leaking all over the place now. Yeah.
good.
This
Thank
guy's
you.
I can't. That's awesome, brother. I love it.
man.
I'll pull up the last picture.
It slaps.
Blam.
It slaps hard.
What's going on? This was like
We're
a
matching.
kind of like an epic picture, right? This
Oh,
was
man.
kind of like a turning point.
Yeah.
What was going on? Tell me a little bit about that, if you can still
This
talk.
was our 1 year anniversary, right?
Yes, it was.
Our 1 year anniversary of our launch.
Yeah.
Yeah, big day, big time. When we took this photo, we had just launched in U.S. and Hong Kong,
Okay.
and we had just moved into our new facility.
Okay.
And yeah, it was kind of crazy.
Just don't touch your eyes. I know you're getting close.
know.
Yeah.
I think
Aside
this
from
is-
that, yeah.
I think this is when we actually made lunch for our staff. So
Yeah.
so Chloe kept asking us for lasagna, and I kept putting it off, because I was kind of like not bragging, but talking on my lasagna a little bit.
Yeah. Hey, I got a lasagna.
Yeah, exactly. So
And the
it's
ones that
New
don't,
York,
and the
you
ones
know?
that don't like it, a little bit of that, yeah.
So
That
it
Reaper
took-
sauce, yeah.
So
Okay.
it took us like 6 to 8 months for me to actually get around to making it.
Okay.
And it was for 1 year, and I'm like, fine, I'll make it. Like I stayed up pretty late at night. I made my own ricotta.
And
did
they
all
loved
the
it.
work.
Yeah. They love, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's beautiful. Yeah. Awesome,
I think they
man.
liked it.
Yeah. I love it, man.
Yeah.
That was our. So it was during COVID as well. So we wanted to throw a big party, but unfortunately, because of COVID, you know.
How did you guys do with COVID? Like, any
We
effects?
pivoted.
We did okay. I think we got really lucky because COVID was during Dragon Boat, at the
Okay.
same,
Yeah,
around
that's
the same
right.
time.
That's how we did the tamales. Yeah.
Yeah, and our hot sauce
I'm gonna
goes
get blasted.
really well.
Tamales. If I say tamales, I get
Ooh,
blasted.
yeah.
Yeah. Thanks, man.
So you're speaking American to me.
I know.
Yeah.
If you say tamales, people don't know. If you say tamales, they're like, "Oh, tamales! I love tamales." Okay. Yeah.
So because of Dragon Boat, we had a couple of things that were already lined up for Dragon Boat, and our sauces go super well with zongfu.
Oh yeah.
And so it was a really good transition for us to move on to our e-commerce platform and things like that.
Okay.
Yeah, so we got really, really lucky. But definitely I think watching our restaurant partners and trying to support them however we can
Awesome.
throughout the time.
Awesome. So do you have a lot of restaurants selling your sauces? Good amount? Yeah?
Yeah, we
We have
do.
a few
Good.
really great partners. Taiwan's awesome for that. Like I think like meeting
Yeah, for sure.
all these like folks who are just trying to make good food.
Yeah.
It's been really amazing. Yeah. Oh, I'm okay. Oh, 不用了，谢谢. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, no, we the whole point of this is just to share the cool stories and the stuff of what's happening, yeah. How you feeling? Good? Feeling better?
great,
Good
man.
now, yeah? All right.
I
Yeah.
think it worked out, right?
Beautiful, yeah.
Definitely got a sweat in, yeah.
Get in on that, yeah. So we were talking about it earlier. Last question. Next step, 5-year plan, wherever you want to finish off with.
Sure. Yeah. I mean, for us, the goal's always been about taking Taiwanese ingredients and telling Taiwan's story in a
love
different
it.
format
Exactly.
to take it global. So we've already started slowly on our 5-year plan where
Beautiful.
we're, exporting to some locations.
Hong Kong, US.
Yep, exactly.
Okay.
So we'll continue on to that plan, and hopefully, we'll just come up with a lot of really awesome sauces.
Okay.
Maybe some snacks in the future.
Beautiful.
Perhaps.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Yeah, for sure.
But yeah, I think for us, it's always about, it's always such an adventure to find different ways to utilize ingredients that we already know.
Yeah, that's the way to do it, for sure.
Yeah,
I
in
love
our
it.
own R&D fridge, we have like a guava. We have a ton of different
Oh
things
yeah,
that we're
Taiwan's got
recipes.
amazing fruit. So
Seriously.
yeah, for sure.
Yeah, so we're excited to tell that story.
I love it.
Yeah.
The agricultural innovations that Taiwan has, especially in like food, especially in fruits and vegetables,
Yeah.
unmatched. I
Some
feel
of the
like
best.
anything that I want. If I want 20 different varieties of pineapple, I just have to go down south.
Yeah.
That's
I have my
crazy.
pick.
Yeah, I think I've never known this much about any fruits in my life. I never would have thought that I know like the different types of pineapples that we have.
See, brother.
God, so many different. Yeah.
The funny thing is, when I was teaching kindergarten, they'd bring up all these fruits. What's the English name for this? I'm like, I've never even seen that in my life. I have no idea. Yeah. So I had to learn some of the names,
Yeah.
One more question. Durian.
Love it. Love it.
I love durian.
Love
I
it.
love
So
I love
good.
it. I love durian.
These
Durian
guys are
sauce.
fucking crazy.
Yeah,
So good.
man.
wanna
Durian
make
hot
one.
sauce. Got to do it. Durian. I love durian.
So good.
Every time we're in a
So
market,
good.
I'm like, ooh. My daughter's like, Dad, that one smells. I'm like, doesn't matter. I'll sleep in the other room tonight.
But the
Sleep on the
flavor
couch.
on
Yeah,
it is so
I love
good.
it. I love durian. I love
The
it.
texture on it is amazing.
Good. Because I haven't found another foreigner expat that likes durian, and I'm like, you guys are nuts. It's fantastic. I love it. Yeah.
Although
Durian,
me
yeah.
and stinky tofu is like this, so yeah.
I've had stinky tofu, but it's just. I mean, I'd rather eat something else.
I'd rather eat blue cheese.
Yeah,
Get
there
the
you
bark
go.
and the bite.
I am so on the opposite end of the spectrum. So much so.
Yeah, I loved. I mean, my whenever I have durian, my wife will always be like, "Hey, you're gonna break out in pimples if you just eat all that durian." And I'm like,
throat
I'm
gets
still
really
gonna do
scratchy
it.
at that point.
I'm still
Eat too
gonna
much
do
of
it.
it.
But yeah, it's a treat for me.
It's totally great.
Anyways, if you guys are interested in any of the Empress Hot Sauce lineup, the link is in the description below. Get some hot sauce in you. You got a special price right now for all the sauces, I think, right?
Yeah,
all the sauces,
50%
yeah.
off site-wide to celebrate 1010
Okay.
National Holiday. Go get it.
We love 1010. We love Taiwan. I would have to say that last sauce was fantastic. I love that. It's spicy, but that sweet potato creaminess is beautiful. I love it.
The Magal, the
Fantastic.
ghost pepper Magal.
Fantastic. I
Yeah.
love that.
Thank you so much for that.
Thank you guys for coming. Appreciate
Thank
it.
you so much for
Nice
a
to
great
see you.
conversation.
Yeah, thanks for coming. Thank you guys for watching. Get yourself some hot sauce. You got a special price right now until 10/10 day. And we'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.